Can only apologise that it's taken so long to get our away kits video out. Me and Dave both had a lot going on recently. So sitting in the relegation zone, Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Then oh man, as soon as Cali showcased this monstrosity, I knew it was going to be a bad season. Cali are my local, pride of the Highlands. But Jesus, this kit is so orange that it needs its own march. They didn't even break up the colour with blue shorts or anything like that. It's so on the nose for the Cali board. A lot of you will know what I'm talking about. A very disappointing effort from my beloved Cali Jags. Sack the board and sack this kit. Not a fan of this effort from EV2. Proper pub league vibes. There's no personality. A faint downward facing arrow on the chest like Airdrie, but you can't fucking see it. I know myself the balancing act for kits of keeping it between boring and garish, but a totally unimaginative effort. Disappointing for a man and athletic. Congratulations to the trophy winners. I've always had a fondness for Airdrie. The downward arrow, the diamond bottom, whatever you call it. I've always been fond of it. I think it's very distinctive and very enjoyable. However, it's the sponsor. Hullmaster feels like it's a piss take. Whatever they're up to, keep it to yourselves, lads. It's far too low. Seeing some of the pictures of folk wearing the kits, the sponsor is just above their hip. It's very odd to look at. But again, however, well done on a fantastic season under Rhys McCabe, and good luck in the playoffs. God, I wish Dunfermline had released the third kit as the away kit. It's so much better. Get on Google, have a wee look at it, it's incredible. This red kit is about as exciting as a hernia. Although thanks to our viewers for letting us know, the German flag visible on the neckline is because the owners are in fact German. News to me. I mean, kind of weird for a club to be doing that. I mean, would Man United put an American flag on theirs, or Chelsea put an American flag on theirs, or Newcastle's... Oh no wait, Saudi Arabia say they don't own Newcastle United, whatever it is. Anyway, moving on. Jeez, oh man. Don't want to take the piss here, but I've never seen a club have a red home kit and a maroon away kit. That is a real interesting choice there. I'm aware, before anyone starts commenting, Clyde have had kit issues. They've been quite open about it. They've had statements about it. Hence why there's no white kit this season. Gutting. I mean, it just makes me sad because Clyde and white are iconic. I mean, Craigie Brown, RIP, famously looking good in the white of Clyde. I hope the Nomads can stay up, although it seems very difficult at this moment in time. Bonnie Rigg may do him a favour. Who knows? Pretty good effort for Sterling. Straight down the middle for me. 5 for me is just fine. Anything above that I'd enjoy having. Anything below that is disgusting. I love what they did with the badge, inverting the colours. Probably deserved better than 37th, but blame Dave for that one, Sterling fans. I mean, you know what happens when he's on the red wine. Puma is a huge brand, and I don't expect them to give every team under their umbrella the superstar treatment. But this is just meh. Bad choice of colour, and on top of that, like, it's just meh. What else do we want me to say about it? I don't imagine it'll be shifting a lot of units. A bit more creativity is needed, lads. But unfortunately at this rate, I think we're more likely to see Bonnie Rigg in our Highlands versus Lowlands video than in the SPFL 42 next season. I can't be arsed cropping that out. Easter weekend. Leave me to it. Jeezy peeps, man. The best part-time team in the country showcasing a coastal Robocop look with the metallic grey. It'll be sad to see our broth relegated wrapped in fucking tinfoil. The sleeves aren't bad though, I will say that, but everything else from the eyebrows down is gash. Again, you guys know my thinking with a 5. It's pretty generic. Safe, but not bad. Last season's away in a third kit were beautiful. Understandable, they wanted to change it up with the white, but safe is the best way I can describe it, unfortunately. Peterhead with not the worst off-the-rack effort we've ever seen. I mean, I'd be happy to have it. Don't agree with Dave giving it a 4. I mean, it's no detrimental to the club wearing it. A bit harsh from Davey. Firstly, well done to Greenock Morton for taking the financial hit in order to showcase and promote Erskine. An amazing charity doing fantastic work helping military veterans. As a son of the military myself, I'm very happy to see this. Not enough clubs give back to charities in my own opinion. The kit itself from Joma is very generic, but it does allow the charity to be showcased and taking the spotlight. Very well done, Greenock. Good luck with the rest of the season. Now, I may be wrong here, so feel free to tell us in the comments, but the site we use for these rankings, Football Kit Archive, says Alloa have had the exact same Pendle away kit since 2019. Now, with the cost involved with kits and COVID, it's understandable. They may not want the hassle of changing it up. But what do Alloa fans, what do you guys think? Does the lack of new kits bug you? You know, wasps? Anyway, moving on. And now we have a wildcard entry. The 2024 kit lineup for Murray Mental Health FC. A club founded by myself and 2 friends after the loss of a couple of mates to suicide. We decided that we didn't want to see any more people in our area, our community, pass away from such horrible circumstances, so we created a community, a club, a social group, a support group, whatever you want to call it, where people struggling, finding it difficult to make friends, can come down, forget about the world for a couple of hours, enjoy themselves, and raise a bit of money for charity. We wanted to be the change, and we hope that more groups like ourselves will pop up around the country, because there's no better feeling than belonging, and there's no better feeling of purpose. So, you want to be the change with us, feel free to hit up the kits. Relatively well priced, if I do say so myself, sitting at £28 for the home and away kit. Goalie kit's a little bit more expensive. But yeah. We make no money from the kits. That's not a way of generating funds. It's purely just to spread the message and catch people's attention. We hope you'll be the change with us.
Right, so it's over to me with my dulcet tones at number 30. So yeah, at 30th place we have Forfar. It's a top where I don't really have much to say on this one, apart from it's just plain and boring really. Sorry Forfar. I think the fact that there are worse drops in the SPFL this season has probably saved this one from a lower position. Next up we've got Dundee United. Really not a fan of this one either. A pretty plain design with poor sponsorship placement, and one of many designs I've seen this season where the club badge has changed colour to go with the top. Yeah, I've seen this trend a few times now. Not a fan of it. I don't know, is this a new thing which I've been oblivious to until now? Can't remember, I don't think I've seen it anywhere on other tops before now. Next up we've got Hamilton Accies. Again, as another one I really don't like. Looking back, I think my score of a 4 is actually a little on the generous side if I'm being honest. Sorry, but yeah, I really should have scored this one lower looking at it again. I'm struggling to think of any positives to this top at all. Now we have Queen of the South. I'm sorry, but this top just looks tacky as fuck, honestly. It looks like a carpet that wouldn't look out of place back in the 1970s. A really poor effort in my opinion from Macron and Queen of the South. I honestly don't know what Matty sees in this one to give it a 7. And now we've got Dumbarton. Now, when I saw the home top from them, I was expecting big things for the away one. Based on that, this is probably the biggest disappointment of the SPFL season, and I say that as someone who's had to endure their team Livy be on the verge of relegation. This away top generally just looks like a training top for me. It seems like the powers that be at Macron were in a rush to pick a design for this top and went for the first thing in their portfolio. If anyone from Macron or Dumbarton is watching this video, I expect a much better away top for next season, please. Now, this is the away top for Spartans. All I can really say for this one is meh. There's just not much to this one at all, is there? Yeah, I don't have anything else to say on this one either. And now we've got Heart of Midlothian. Not a huge fan of this one. I think maybe it's just too pink for me. I like that they tried to keep it unique, but I think that just cancels out how pink this one is. So for me, the end result is just basically a 5 for this one. Nothing special, but certainly not the worst top I've seen this season. Moving on now to Queen's Park. This is another pretty meh top for me in all honesty. It's not bad, but it's not good either. So on that note, let's swiftly move on to the next one, which is Celtic Hearts. Another pretty bang average top for me. I kind of expect more of Umbro, but it looks like Celtic have just went with a boring template for this one. Again though, I have seen much worse than this one, so there's never any danger of getting a low score from me. And now we have Rangers. I give this one a 7. I quite like this top, to be fair, despite not being a fan of the club, even though my whole family supports them. I do like the red and blue pinstripes throughout the bottom of the top there, as well as on the neck and the sleeve cuffs. It does add a little bit of a nice touch to it for me. So yeah, not a bad effort this year.
A massive thank you to John the Dram Bam for telling me all about the story behind Killy's away kit this year. A tribute to Sir Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin. The blue graphics you see is the chemical symbol for the revolutionary medicine. I absolutely love that Killy and Hummel have put such thought into the kit. Ignore Dave's rating, he must have been in a mood when he rated this. Fantastic job by all that's missing was a sick collar and it would have been right up there. Ross County. So I loved that Joma tried something out of the box for this one, but I didn't get the choice of maroon. Maybe Jan Danda seeing himself in the away kit made him want to sign for Hearts, I have no idea. Above average and fair play for County trying something different and finishing top half of the table. The only time we'll say that this season, unfortunately for them. We've got an away days video at Ross County vs Rangers coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that one. It's going to be fucking awesome. Falkirk's away effort is so much better than the home kit. Fantastic work by O'Neill's, the legendary Irish manufacturer. I really enjoy when clubs make an attempt at the Ajax look. Really enjoyed this one, but not unique enough to crack an 8 for me, I'm afraid. But well done, Falkirk, and congratulations on your promotion. I'm not going to lie here, guys, I thought this would be the last season we'd be ranking Elgin kits in the SPFL 42, but under former Huntly boss Alan Hale left, they're just about going to survive. Fingers crossed for them. Think this is a continuation of their away kit from last season? I'm not entirely sure. Pretty good, but nothing wow. The fact a 12 out of 20 is getting you in the top half of the table shows what we're working with this season and the lack of iconic kits that we're getting this year. But well done to Elgin. Congratulations on finishing top half. Edinburgh City, FC Edinburgh, Edinburgh City Spartans, fucking Meadowbank, whatever the fuck you want to be called. Fair play. It's a rarity you get a bad Hummel kit, and this sits in the thumbs up category for me. The future isn't looking too bright for the club, but at least they'll shift a good number of away shirts for the memory box before their untimely relegation later on in, say, about 3 weeks' time, I guess. The Warriors came out to play with this one. Huel Sport, not quite hitting the same levels as Stenny's home kit, but a good kit nonetheless. I rate the tartan trim, massive fan of that. Would quite like to have seen a collar on this one. I think that really would have lifted it just a notch higher. I really would have liked to have seen that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll come up with for League One next season. But for the love of God, guys, please just stop drawing and win the title so Craig G. Telfer can go and have a pint. Or 2. Or 20. I think Dave's biases got in the way here. I was convinced this Adidas effort was going to hit 14 out of 20, but alas, not quite. I'd be a lot happier as a fan of the club to be spending my money on this one rather than this season's hooped kit. I love the Celtic inspiration drawn on the trim and around the badge. A very good effort overall, I would say, but not quite good enough for the top 10. The Scottish Capital's last representative in this list. Many folks say I was too harsh on the Hybe's home kit, and you're probably right. Typically not a fan of purple kits unless it's Fiorentina, but the Leaf-based club have done pretty well but here by Joma. The green and white colour sleeves, they fit so well, which pleasantly surprised me. And Bevy is a good sponsor tribute to the growing whisky culture and manufacturing in Edinburgh. Overall, very well done. Did anyone see that clip the other day where the two Hibs players got the ball punted at each other's faces? Phenomenal work. Of course, it had to be Hibs. But anyway, moving on to number 12. Now, before we start on the kit, Ava Easton. You've already achieved more in the sport at 17 than most folk will get close to in their lifetime. Ignore that bell end Barton. The man couldn't even hack it in Scottish football for what, more than 5 games? And he's got the fucking cheek to give you shit? Ignore him. I love the pink from O'Neill's, but I would love to have seen those grey stripes being black. Support women's football. The last one from me, Dick Campbell's boys with a similar pattern to Stranraer, but all pink and black. We all know I'm a sucker for a pink kit, as you've heard me talk about countless times with Money Mental Health FC. Outside the top 10 has been a low scoring affair, but now we're on to the bangers with Dave. Cheers for watching, guys. Scotch and Scarves, out.
Me again, bringing you the top 10 of the SPFL 23-24 away kits. Now this one we have Wraith Rovers. Again, it's not a bad top, this time coming from Kirkcaldy. I like the blue and yellow and that collar too. It just dropped points as it was just missing that wow factor for me. And now we have Stranraer in at number 9. Only have one comment to make about this monstrosity. How the hell is Matty giving this one a 9 for fuck's sake? It is horrendous. Matty's 9 has catapulted this one into the top 10, which is rather unjust in my opinion. Come on Matt, get yourself together. And now we have the away top for St Johnstone. Despite being a tin pot club, I joke, I'm still just bitter that they beat Livy in the cup final a couple of years ago. I should like this top to an extent. The blue and yellow go quite well on the white top there. Looking at it again after having half a bottle of wine, I maybe should have gave this one a 7 or an 8. Sorry you boys from Perth, apologies. Ah, my beloved Livy. If it weren't for you, my blood pressure would probably be at a normal level and I would still retain my sense of optimism. Alas though, your form this season has crushed that from me. Anyway, back to the top. I do really like this top. The main failing for me though was the sponsor being too high up at the top. And also, I just associate this top with being as good as relegated as well, so it's not going to have good memories for me. Still though, the top itself is not a bad effort to be fair. Now we've got the offering from Montrose. As away tops go, this isn't too bad of an effort for me. It just lacks a little something for me to give this one a higher score. I do like the little design in the sleeves though, but the rest of it just seems a little too plain for me. Moving on to the top 5 now, and at 5th place is Ayr United. Their away top this season is considerably better than their home top in my opinion. The black and pink does look good in it. I also like that design on the right shoulder of the top too, and the sponsorship logo is at an appropriate height too. Good effort from Ayr this season. Now we have Aberdeen. I love this top actually. I love that it's inspired by the colours and the sights of the Northern Lights. Again though, that placement of the sponsor just spoils it for me, enough to knock a couple of points off it for me. Matt is obviously a better man than I am though, as he was able to see past this, but I just couldn't. Sorry Aberdeen, but still, 7's a decent score. Now, we all know by now my feelings on Dundee. However, I didn't let those cloud my judgment. I'm sorry, to clarify, it's Dundee the club, not Dundee the city. This is actually a pretty decent top in all fairness. I like the navy and gold trim on the neck and sleeve cuffs. It's a nice wee touch with the tartan stripes run down behind the badge too. What ruins it for me is the fact that they've changed the badge colour. Again, obviously I know it is to match the tartan stripes, but I'm not a huge fan again of clubs doing that to the badge colours just purely to match the strip. Surely it should be the other way around. Surely the strip should match the badge. Let me know what you think in the comments of this one. And at number 2 is the away top for Motherwell. This is probably my favourite away top in the SPFL this season. I love the retro feel to it, I love the collar. Also like how subtle this sponsorship logo is under the club badge, you know, it's not in your face. That orange sash there as well does kind of appeal to my past inner staunch self. Obviously before I saw that light and changed my allegiance to Livy of course. But yeah, this one just misses out on that coveted number 1 spot, but a fantastic effort from Motherwell. Well done. And taking what I think is Motherwell's deserved place at the top of this ratings league is this away number from St Mirren. Now this is a pretty decent top, don't get me wrong. I like the black and the pink layer and that subtle check design in the background of the top. I think I remember reading that the pink in the top is a vivid blend of the 3 teams, the men, women and the academy. So that does bring a nice touch to it for me. One sticking point though is just that change of colour in the club badge. However, I will let them off for this one as I guess the normal badge would have looked pretty daft in this one. But yeah, well done St Mirren, you are the winners of the SPFL Away Kit ratings. And I believe another well done to another win for Macron as well, I think it is. So yeah, well done, congratulations. Let us know in the comments what your favourite top is.